before we get into the video, I just wanted to jump on to share with you this amazing Femometer smart ring that I've been using for quite a while now. And as you know, I am on a fertility journey. Myself and Connor have been trying to conceive for around 2 years now, and best believe we have tried a few different things on this journey, a journey that we're still on, as you know. But I really wanted to share the Femometer smart ring with you because it is the first wearable smart ring that is designed to maximize your chances of conception, which is just absolutely amazing, and it looks really nice and it feels really nice to wear. So when I found out about Femometer last year, I instantly was obsessed, because not only do I love a gadget that is going to help us get pregnant, but just in general that tracks your health. But I thought how easy to wear a ring, not have to think about it, not have to take my temperature in the morning, not have to think about ovulation sticks, and literally wear it to bed. Wake up in the morning, it synchronizes with the Femometer app, and it just makes it way more convenient than any of the other methods that monitor BBT. So as you'll be aware, I am going through IVF at the minute, so this I'm not using to ovulate currently, but this ring not only focuses on ovulation tracking and conception, it continually monitors your basal body temperature, which helps to give precise fertility insight and of course to maximize your chances of conception, and is super convenient. You don't have to enter your temperature into the app every morning, which literally used to be a bit of a drain for me. But it also monitors and allows you to gain loads of insight into your sleep cycle, which is a total game changer, because as you know, sleep is so important, so integral. Regardless if you're trying to conceive naturally or through IVF, you need to be having good quality sleep, and I just think it's so important. As you know, if you've been here for a while, I'm a massive advocate for being aware of your body, being in tune with your body, and having that awareness and just understanding exactly what's going on. If I could have it my way, I would open my body up so I could see what was going on, but you know, these very, very smart pieces of technology give you that insight that for me personally is really important to know about. Like I said, I'm wearing it still every single night, even though I'm going through IVF, because I want to see that I'm having decent sleep, and it's just good to be in tune with my body and to understand where I'm at all times. So I thought I would share that with you, because I know a lot of you girlies are also trying to conceive, and if there's anything that I can share to make your life easier and hopefully get you pregnant quicker and easier, then I'm going to share it. All you do is charge it up on this lovely cute little station. This is the box it comes in. I had to keep the box. How cute is that? Like, I'm a sucker for packaging and I just love the colour as well. And honestly speaking, it's just a game changer for fertility tracking. So if you are interested, I will leave my discount code on screen and also in the description box. And yeah, happy tracking. And I just want to say thank you so much to Femometer for sponsoring this part of the video. Now back to the vlog. Good morning and a happy new year. I have not been on here since Christmas. I think Christmas was my last vlog. Yeah, happy new year. I hope you had a lovely Christmas and new year. I am recording on my new camera, so let us know if you can see a difference. I'll not know until I edit. But yeah, it's a bit jarring because my viewfinder's over there, so I want to look at myself, but I need to look in the lens, otherwise it's just not the vibe. So yeah, it is currently the 4th of January and we are on our way to the clinic for our first scan since we started the IVF process. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels like it's dragging a bit. It feels like it's taken a bit longer to get through all of the injections and just the whole process altogether. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. I think it's like this whole process is, it feels like it's taking a bit longer. It was going a bit slower. But hopefully, you know, from this point onwards, hopefully it might pick up a bit.
Probably
it's like
will.
We're at like the second half now, so like with the second lot of injections, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so like, well, if my ovaries have been switched off, which they should be, we will start our stimulating injections tomorrow, and then within that I think it's only 12 days actually, and then it'll be egg retrieval. So yeah, we also had a consultation yesterday with a doctor in London called Dr. Thumb. A few of you on Instagram recommended him. He was amazing. I really, really liked him. We both thought he was so good, wasn't he?
He was very, very helpful.
Very helpful, very informative, and he suggested 3 things. We should just continue as normal, or we take a small dose of I take a small dose of steroids just to help, because you'll probably know I've got Hashimoto's, which is autoimmune thyroiditis, which means I've got antibodies, and they are a bit problematic when it comes to pregnancy implantation. They can prevent that or make it harder to happen. So by taking the steroids, hopefully it will almost combat that. Or the third option was to actually go to London next week and do some extensive testing for NK cells and all of that stuff. I think it was like NK cells, Th1, Th2. Connor wanted to do that initially, and you know, I don't think it's a bad idea, but we're still in the process of deciding what to do. Do we take a stab in the dark and just figure it out and take these steroids, or do we go and do the extensive testing and then get the results? But then is it going to be a bit too late? Because we're going to be pretty much at egg retrieval by the time we get the results, and then potential medication. It's a tricky one, isn't it?
It's a tough one.
I'm just wanting to optimise these rounds as much as possible. You know, we appreciate the NHS. We're doing this on the NHS this time again, but we do understand.
You want to make sure that basically you're getting the best possibility and do as much as you can, isn't it? So if that means you're doing a little bit of stuff outside of what they've given you,
yeah,
you can give that help. Like, it's not as if like we're just going on the internet and making an educated decision ourselves.
No,
We're like, oh, I've read up that this is going to help. We've sought professional help.
Yeah, we've paid for a professional consultation, and you know, this guy, he's got a lot of expertise in immunology, and that's what we need, because my situation is more of a special case. So, you know, sometimes you have to do a little bit more of your own research, because we know that the NHS is incredibly stretched, and sometimes maybe haven't got the capacity to look into everybody's individual case. So we've done that. Probably speak to them today and just maybe get their opinion and maybe get a little bit of advice from them. They might be in the mindset of, we would rather you just stuck to our protocol, but I just think anything that won't harm and can actually help, I'm absolutely down for. You know the drill. Scan, and then Connor's going to get his hair cut, and I'm going to walk into town and get a few bits that I need, because it's my Uncle Neil's birthday tomorrow. And if you're looking for an update about my Uncle Neil, who had a heart attack on Christmas Day, he picked his timing. He's actually out of hospital now, and he had a balloon. Right, so we're learning a new camera. It stopped recording after 5 minutes, which is obviously telling us something. Stop recording long clips. But yeah, he had a balloon and he got out of hospital yesterday, and he's feeling really good. So that's really made my mind just feel a lot more relaxed and rest assured, because I feel like over Christmas it was just chaos having that, and then hosting Connor's family and stuff, which was lovely, but it was super tiring. And I think just with these injections, I feel like I'm finding them to be quite tiring this time around. I don't know whether it's because I had the injections the first lot not that long ago, really, in the grand scheme of things, so I think my body hasn't had a huge amount of time to just be itself, and I think that's why I'm finding it quite tiring. Today I don't feel as bad, which is great news. I think I've had a few days to recover from the Christmas period, the hosting period, and yeah, just being able to have a bit of a relax, which is what I need at the moment. So yeah, anyways, we are pretty much arriving at the clinic, so we will go in, have our scan. I'm going to go into town, and then yeah, I'll update you, see what they said, all that good stuff. Oh no, my battery's going to die. I'm still learning how to work this thing. I'm not as well versed as I could be, so I think that's definitely a task for the next few days, for sure. Here we go again.
Back again.
Very well acquainted with that probe. We are just out of the fertility clinic. Con's gone to get his hair cut. I'm going into town, and it was quite an insightful appointment. I've never been scanned at this point by one of the doctors, and I was, so I was able to ask loads of questions. And we basically just asked her what her thoughts were on taking the steroids or doing the NK cell testing. And yeah, as I thought, her feelings were quite different to the private consultant. And interestingly, she did her thesis on NK cell testing, and actually the findings were inconclusive. She did like a study on X amount of women who suffered from recurrent miscarriages. So yeah, she was like, you know, we're an evidence-based clinic, and ultimately if we think there's more disadvantages than advantages, we wouldn't recommend you do any of those things. And there are a lot of side effects that come with steroids. Obviously probably not at the milligrams that the consultant wanted to prescribe me, but at a higher milligram, because then you've got things like gestational diabetes, lots of sugar in your blood and different things like that. So yeah, I don't know whether just to leave things as they are for this cycle, and then if it fails and we don't get lots of embryos, maybe go down that road afterwards. Don't know, it's a hard one, because she said that the testing for NK cells is one thing, you know, it's pretty okay, but then the treatment, if you do have NK cells, is really invasive. And she said that there's a lot of research going on at the minute for NK cell testing that'll probably come out in the next few years, but you know, that doesn't help us because we're going through it now, so we need to know if it's viable now or not. So yeah, still feeling a bit confused about it. The good news is my ovaries are switched off, but the bad news is my endometrioma has got bigger. It's now, I think, maybe 3.8 millimeters, 38 millimeters, sorry. So that's not ideal, but yeah, I'll probably catch up with you in a bit because I'm in town and it's a bit noisy and there's lots of... Good morning! So it is the 6th of January, it's Saturday. I'm feeling a lot more energized since last time, which is good. I think Christmas was just a bit too much for you, girl, you know, hosting, running around, family having heart attacks, all that not good stuff. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm getting ready. Connor's out for a 5k run, not me, because we are going to view engagement venue. Now, I wasn't overly fussed about having an engagement party, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we were in New York, it was lovely, and you know, there's a lot going on, and there still is a lot going on, but this lovely venue reached out to us and said they would love to throw us an engagement party because I supported them when they opened. So we're going to go and have a look at what rooms they can offer us, and then we're going to make a decision based on that. It's kind of hard. The hardest thing about IVF and infertility and stuff like that is the whole, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Should I put my life on hold? Should I just get on with things? Sort of thing. So for me, it's like, if we go and we love it, which I know we will because we've been before, are we going to be able to commit to the date? You know, like what might happen between then and now, we don't know. I might be pregnant. Hopefully I will. It might fail. Then I don't know what I'm going to feel like. So it's a hard one. It's a tricky one. Let me know. What do you think I should do? Lots of you said I should have an engagement party, but I'm a bit like, should I not? So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take you along so you can see how gorgeous it is. Using the Kosas foundation and concealer. It's nice and clean, it's low tox, and it's really gorgeous. I'm using shade 210, light medium neutral, olive, and then I'm using shade 3.2 in the concealer. So that's all good. I just feel like I need to make a bit of effort. I'm feeling like not me. I'm feeling very not cute at the minute. Bearing in mind I'm going through all of these injections, started my stimulating drugs yesterday. The clinic were happy with my scan and they were like, yep, absolutely, you can go ahead. My endometrioma I think has grown a little bit, which is so disappointing, but it's gonna happen. There's no two ways about it. Yeah, I asked about, I don't know whether I updated you guys. We had a private consultation on the 3rd of January and he was an amazing fertility doctor and has a huge background in immunology. So I think I might have mentioned this in the last clip, but obviously he put forward to us, we could either take steroids or we could do the NK cell testing. And we spoke to our clinic, which is an NHS clinic, about that, and they were a bit reluctant. Again, every clinician is going to have a different opinion. Every clinic is going to have, you know, what the guidelines that they like to go by. So in the end, we've decided to with a lot of consideration, a lot of deliberation, a lot of stress. I'm trying not to be stressed. Stress is the worst thing for fertility. But yeah, we've decided to basically just go ahead as we are. We're mid-cycle now. See how this goes. You know, the first time could have just been one of those things. Hopefully it was. And if it was just one of those things, then it'll work this time. But if it wasn't, then at least we know we've done the same thing, exactly the same. We know that that's not working, so then we're going to move on and do something a lot more serious, I guess. Not serious, but be a bit more proactive and maybe do the testing, maybe do the infusions for NK cells if I've got them, but it is really invasive, so if I could avoid that I would love to, but then if I have to, needs must. So if you have had any experience of taking steroids and it's worked, prednisone, or if you had your NK cells tested and it worked, comment below and let me know. Because we only got one embryo the first year, the first cycle, I feel like then we couldn't experiment, as in we couldn't try another embryo, try another embryo, try another embryo after that, and that made it a little bit more tricky to understand if it was my body or whether it was the embryos or whether it was just one of those things. We've decided we're just going to keep going with this. We've only got really another couple of weeks, if that. We've got about 10 days left on the stims, as long as everything goes to plan. We did speak to Gateshead Fertility Clinic as well, who are in this area, but we live in Newcastle, not Gateshead, but we could have went there, but naturally I didn't, because I thought Centre for Life is the one that you know of in Newcastle, so we didn't end up going there. But I have spoke to them a few times just to get their feedback and opinions. It does feel like they're a little bit more open. Hold on, I put my ring on. I always forget to put my ring on. I take it off for bed and for the shower and all of that kind of stuff. Fertility beads. And they said if we thought steroids were appropriate after 2 failed implantations, then we would, whereas our clinic are pretty closed off to it. So I'm not going to think about it anymore. I'm just going to know that I'm equipped with that knowledge, that we have the doctor in London, Dr. Yao Thumb he's called, because I know a few of you will probably want to know. He was great, very clued up. If we need to access that resource in the future, we will. Hopefully we won't. So I'm just going to finish getting ready, and then I will see you on the way to the engagement spot. We'll see if we're going to do it. It's about a half an hour drive from Newcastle. I'm going to pick my mum up and take her as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to inconvenience people. I don't want to do a party a little bit out, more towards Northumberland, and then people feel like it's too far. That's me all over. People pleaser. I'm sure if people want to come, they'll make the journey. Anyways, as you can see, I've got a lot to say today and not a lot of time. We need to leave in about 20 minutes, so gotta go. It's a good body She said, does the camera have a woolly hat on?
I was thinking, a woolly hat.
What is it in, for goodness sake? It's a mine.
Just pulled up to the house, don't feel like getting out. I'ma just lay back and crack this window.
So we've just arrived, took about 40 minutes. Did you not get me in? Well, you're walking in the back. We're just going to meet the lady who's going to show us around now. It's nice to be back. We stayed here. When did we stay here, Con?
Was it not like close to the bonfire night? Or was that they just had fireworks just because? I can't remember.
No, they had fireworks just because it was opening.
Doing my best, taking a moment to rest, feeling stressed out. Give it a good, I put that on God when it gets hard. I stay on my job like no days off, so you can go whoa. With the negativity, with that broken mentality, jump on jealousy, my bad. Get away from me, 'cause I've been working all day. Can I catch a break? Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, already got the world on me. Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, catch a break, better way. Oh, way.
So we've just left Charlton Hall. What did you think, Con?
It's lovely. I really liked it. I think it was. I like this very like quirky and like, but like in a nice way.
Yeah.
Nice size venue, nice feel to it. I like being out, like you can see all the grass and stuff as well.
Yeah, it
I
is.
like
It was lovely. Almost too nice for an engagement party. She did also show us the wedding ceremony area, and it's the first wedding venue that we've looked at, isn't it, Con?
It is, yeah.
So yeah, a lot to think about, because ultimately it might be that we end up deciding to get married there, but
Yeah, I mean, it's off to a strong start, isn't it?
yeah, so I think we'll probably will look at some other places. The only thing is if we ended up getting married there, we wouldn't necessarily want our engagement party there, but you're probably seeing there's a bit of an area called the Tempest, which is like more of an informal area. It's still absolutely gorgeous, so you can have the party there and then have the wedding over at the actual Charlton Hall, or you can do the engagement party at Charlton Hall, so it just completely depends what you want. Oh, it's very sunny. Yeah, if we end up getting married there, we wouldn't necessarily want engagement party there, would we?
Well, let's spread it out, do you?
So anyways, we're just gonna think about it. We need to decide what happened, like we need to figure out what's gonna happen with this IVF cycle, and then we can make a bit more of an informed decision. And also we're probably gonna look at a few other wedding venues. We haven't even considered that yet, have we?
Not really, no, it's kind of just off the cuff, isn't it?
So sunny. Yeah, it's not really at the forefront of my mind at the minute, but it's definitely something that I want to explore, because I don't want to wait forever to get married, but I also don't want to book something too far in advance, and that'll probably be what happens, won't look at you in the background yawning. So yeah, good vibes.
Well, the running fox. Very impressed.
I'm dead
Lovely.
surprised Connor hasn't been here. So surprised.
I have mentioned it.
Like, I'd say when I've seen most afternoon teas, I didn't really do much for me.
Fancy it,
No,
yeah.
because it's like sandwiches, so I'm not massively keen on them. But pies.
Take a cheese and kind of like
So that was the Running Fox that we went to. If you're from the northeast or you're travelling to the northeast, I would highly recommend it for afternoon tea. We didn't get afternoon tea because we just popped in for a little lunch, and Connor had never been before, and you really enjoyed it, didn't you?
Very nice. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
And it's my mum's favourite. Me and my mum have been going for literally years. So yeah, probably I think the first time we went was probably about 10 years ago. Do you think?
Always tormenting your mum. Leave her alone.
No, it's just gone like that.
Oh,
So I've just sat down to edit this vlog, and I realised I didn't record an outro, so I am just going to leave this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed coming along to our IVF appointment, to our engagement / wedding venue viewing. Realistically, we're not sure if we're going to do an engagement party or a wedding, or neither at this point. It is really hard to think about like the near future when we're in such uncertain grounds. But either way, it was really nice to see that venue, and we're going to have a good think about it over the next few weeks and decide whether we want to have an engagement party, whether we might consider that as a wedding venue, or yeah, whether we might just hang fire on it all for now. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget you can use my discount code, which is on screen, if you want to try the Femometer Smartring, and I would highly recommend it. I love it. I think it's revolutionary. I think it's changed the game, and I think you will love it as well. And you can also find my discount code in the description box. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it here. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye guys.